Love light, blessings, greetings, and gratitude. Soul family, my divinity to yours. Welcome and welcome back. I thank you for your appreciation and participation of this channel, for respecting when you comment, for understanding, for your support, your love. I thank you for being honest and hearty. I also wish to thank you from my heart and the heart of the divine for all the effort, the active participation that you are involved with in this project, assignment of the great unfolding and manifesting of the divine plan, heaven on earth. For all the lifetimes that you have spent working hard to get to this level, to bear witness and to be the heroes of light, to work from the heart space, at your pace, in your personal space, and for all of us to victor with an ace. I commend you, I applaud you, I salute you, and so does the divine. Together, united in love and light. Thank you. Today is the 29th of April, 2024, and our energy vibration is 5, change. Changes in life for the better, big changes, unexpected changes, pre-planned, predetermined changes. And change is never easy. It is never simple. It is never ordinary. Because as humans, as people, we conflict with change. We ask for change, but we resist it when it presents itself. Because we're afraid, we're unsure, we are doubtful, we're worried, we're stressed, and so on. And when you ask for change, and it is not wholeheartedly, but for the sake of it, you will always come up against a wall. Always find hurdles and challenges because you have not embraced the change from the heart space. And when you do that, whatever your changes are, it will harmonize for your growth, your lesson. And I will use a very simple expression for you to understand. If it is meant for a person to fall and break a bone, a ligament, tear it, disjoint it, the fall is predetermined. The effect of the fall can be harmonized. And by that I mean you can fall and you can bruise instead of break. So that is how we respond to change, how we invite it in our lives, and how we wish for this change to grow us, to teach us, and what lessons have we learned from the change. So energy works on a frequency of your vibration through the laws of attraction. So anything done, said, thought of, superficially, for just a by the way feeling or emotion, or for the sake of doing it, or to fit in, or be part of something, will not have its authenticity So when we ask for change, be clear about what you are asking for, how you intend for this to help or serve you, and what lessons do you wish to learn. And that is when change effects itself effectively, purposefully. And then you never need to go through a lesson like that again, because you have graduated. So when we ask for change, at the same time, remember that it will present itself in many ways. So if you have a conflict, embrace it and say, what are you trying to teach me? What is there for me to learn? How do I impact in this? What is my involvement? How should I respond? What is the lesson? Right? So change will come in happy and unhappy ways. And we need to be clear about the transmutation and the transformation, that we ourselves should be active participants in this transition of change for a transcendence. All right, so with 5, I bring in the major arcana in tarot as the Hierophant. And this is about big commitment, big structures, power, being powerful, foundational. So it is about major aspects in your life of your beliefs, your practices, your understanding, your learning, your trust in different systems of the world, institutions, businesses, conglomerates, on a personal, social, political, educational, medical, and religious aspects of our lives. So understand that we will be challenged on many levels, our beliefs, who we trust. Are they being genuine? Are we being genuine? So change does not affect us in just one area of our lives. You know, when a wave washes to the shore, it doesn't choose a specific spot or think about hitting one rock. It will wash over whatever it is in its space, in its area of reach. And that is how change comes. It will not just affect one particular area of your life. It will affect many areas. So for example, you want to change an unhealthy relationship, right? Let's say you are committed, you're married, and you're unhappy in this relationship, partly you and the other. For you to expect the other to change, you need to address the areas that you too need to change. You need to understand how both of you individually yet in union affect the relationship. What are you prepared to let go of? What are you prepared to compromise with? What are you prepared to change completely to bring it into balance? We always have an expectancy out there for someone else or something else to change that will suit our needs and preferences. Life does not work like that. Through the figure 8 of as above, so below, and within, it means that we must address everything, the light and the dark sides of ourselves, the positives and the negatives. And that is what change is about. And when you get to the center, the epicenter of that, the heartbeat, the within, the inner, the sanctuary, then you've reached your goal. All right, let us move on to today's reading. Today is the anniversary of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. A 13th wedding anniversary. I did touch on a little bit of their introduction and dates in the reading I did with the ring, the engagement ring from that was to Diana's, that was passed on to Catherine. Sorry, Spirit is trying to enter my energy, so you will hear me mixing up my words here. And we did a beautiful cleansing of that ring for generations to come that will honor that beautiful piece that was passed on. But today I want to do a reading in progression from that energy. To heal and harmonize the differences that these two have endured, so that when their souls reconcile and reunite in a future incarnation, there will be peace amongst them. We do not want a repeat of this, do we? You might think, does it matter? Of course it does. In every lifetime it matters. You just don't remember it. You know, we always refer to history about what was the case then and how X, Y, and Z took place, how people have hurt, how old patterns just keep repeating, and this is where it needs to end. So a most criminal and negative, heinous, horrible, horrific situation can heal itself for a higher and greater good and return in a more loving and balanced way. So today I have, with Spirit, decided to do a reading on the energy vibration of William and Catherine individually and as a joint energy, to let us hear their heart in a more clear and detailed way. And let us work for a greater good to bring peace to that in the end, to help them. When a person or persons is influenced and tempted in a dark way, that person or persons cannot see, understand, feel, interpret clearly because they're shadowed. And a lot is the case in this particular situation. So as much as we want to point a finger and blame, and of course you have your personal reasons and opinions and you have right to it, but it doesn't make the situation better. All it does is it brightens the dark. And I mean that it fuels it, it empowers it, it gives it more rage to believe that it is true and valid, that it is doing the right thing. So it continues what it is doing. So for us to diffuse that, we have to use light. The dark is afraid of light. It runs away. It hides. It's disempowered. And our work is not to prove our ego to be right, to win against the dark. It is to do it with light, from light, for light, and of light. To say that we want peace, harmony, we want love, we want unity, we want happiness for generations to come, because souls are reincarnating constantly from one life to the next. And every lifetime going forward depends on the pieces you left in the one before. And that is not just this system, it is everybody. You and I included. So getting away or escaping a problem in a life and think, oh, I'll come back to sort it out. Of course you will, in the very literal sense. But the accrual of the energy that it sits in, invests it gains dividends. So if it's light, there will be rewards waiting. If it is dark, you will have to balance it in a more difficult way. So we escape nothing. Nothing is escaped. Nothing is forgotten. Everything must come into the balance. And that is what change is about. So what you are dealing with and going through are consequences of your own karmic actions and deeds over many timelines. And if it is easy for you now, it will not be in the future incarnations, depending on what you need to balance. And that is why the clearing, the cleansing, the change is inevitable now, and it's pivotal. It is such a big talk in the universe. So Divine Spirit, I invite you, invoke you, I welcome you into my energy, into my space, into my heart, to love and protect me, to help and guide me, to lead me. Thank you. I ask the same for the channel and for all these beautiful hearts and souls that listen, that I so love and appreciate, and that have so much faith in what we're doing and what we want to achieve. For the deep inside of them, their soul is resounding a resonance, an alarming, a calling. For them to wake up, to step up, to show up. And of course, they are. Thank you. I love you all. I have 3 decks in front of us, each one with different questions. But again, I respect whatever the divine brings through. I have chosen a love deck for the purpose of the energy today as an anniversary which began on the energy of love, for however that meant for them and what it did. But it began there. There was love, even if it was just a little bit. But there was love. Their children were born out of this vibration of love. Their love made a loud noise and got a lot of attention in its initial and prime beginnings, and today is still resounding out loud for what is happening. So let us, in love and light, find the expression between their true selves and current energies. Thank you. Spirit Divine, Mother, Father, Creator, please give me a card as a message to express Prince William's energy in regards to his 13th wedding anniversary in its real, authentic state. The bottom card was the Moon in the pre-shuffle. Judgment. Judgment. A lot has been judged and criticized. The energy vibration of authenticity was trying to find a balance for a long time, even at the onset, at the beginning, at the time of its inception at the time of deciding and discerning and hesitancy and confusion. From the very beginnings of the offering, it was under judgment. It is calling for change, for something different, in a higher way. It would have brought such a beautiful inception for conception of a love meaningful and a life kind and understanding, and an example for themselves, for the world, for generations. That how a switch was flipped. A new beginning. Having worked hard with the hammer, knocking and chipping away and faceting away new brick to lay new foundations and bring the love, the innocence, the kindness. This is what it should be. Thank you, Spirit. May I have now a message from Catherine in her authenticity regarding this anniversary. What is her energy wishing to express? The Queen of Wands. The ambition of love, the drive, the energy, the excitement, the enthusiasm, this elated fire that burned in her heart, in her being, in her energy. Wanting to make the best of it, so determined and vibrant, embracing it, maturing in it, and giving it purpose, even in the littlest way. Breathing fire into it, warmth, heat, illumination, brightness. That is her intention. That has been her intention. To win the hearts of the world, to be a new example, to give the situation, the institution, a fresh meaning, to bring warmth, to bring love, to bring heat. Beautiful. Thank you. I will return to this particular deck towards the end, right, as a final message between the two. So let us begin with William. At the bottom is the Five of Cups, the Ten of Wands. This is sadness. This is a burden. This is the world, what he's dealing with. These are the choices he needs to make. And there's a lot pointed at him at this time, and he's trying to figure it out. There is intervention, interference from others. And let me do one more. Eight of Pentacles, trying to solve the issues. And of course we have the Eight. Oh, I just saw the Death card flip. It's so far back, but I saw it. There's it here. The Hangman, the Emperor, the death. So there's a lot of this going on behind the scenes that we've been talking about, which is renewing, regenerating, recalibrating, energy resurfacing, a lot of things taking place. So show us now, Spirit. Reveal the energy of Prince William now, today, in the current, in the memory and the emotion of his wedding anniversary today. What is his heart feeling? What is he feeling? What do we need to know so we can try and help the situation by not judging and criticizing and bringing peace and harmony to this? That fell on the right of me. We have the High Priestess, which is about all that inner work, that hope, that prayer, that healing, that feeling of everything that is hidden and deep, and he knows it is there. Trying to bring that into balance and understanding. His subconscious nags at him. His subconscious plays. His conscience is conflicting in energy from spirit and matter. What is there? What is hidden? How do I cope? What is real? He's going through an entire mental upheaval, trying to find, trying to balance, trying to discern, and at the same time very influenced. 10 of Pentacles, wealth, generational wealth, cycles, earnings, dividends, inheritances. He's very focused on what this understanding of his new role that capacitates him for a future. What is he meant to accomplish, to do? How will this affect his life, his family? He is very distracted about the larger, the things away from his heart right now. He's thinking about this role in his life more than the heart. What is best for me to work on and concentrate right now? So he's far away in thought and in action from this particular memory of marriage and union. Playing up again in his read, right at the onset, is Judgment. Another alarm bell going off, hounding and resounding as loud and loudly as possible. The entire world is shouting out, and he is within him with the King of Swords, trying to understand, because the world is expecting this happiness and stability, to see Catherine, to listen out for his expression on her. What emotion, what would he bring today on such a special occasion? What will he say? What is real? What is true? Where is she? So he is under the microscope right now. He is being probed and dissected in every aspect. People are questioning. The world is wanting to know. And this is how he's being judged at this time. Do you wish to add? Is there any other message? We have the Page of Wands, the King of Cups, the Moon, the Page of Swords. Okay, let's take them all. We have the Seven of Swords at the bottom, which is all the deception and running away from the true, the valid. Right, these are the cards in the order. The Page of Wands. People are waiting for action. They're waiting for validation, justification, explanation. People are waiting. The King of Cups is him, William, a Cancer. This is his energy, right? The Moon energy is him, Water. And there's he in the water, the crab, the Cancer. So again, not being forthright, not being transparent, behind a veil, behind a curtain, behind a wall, no clarity, consistency, very shadowy energy. The Page of Swords in reverse. What do we believe? Whatever comes out there, what do we believe? Is it the truth? Is it real? Whatever message, the world is waiting. What will be presented? This is the media, this is information, this is news, this is speculation. Nothing seems to be going as genuinely and honestly as it should be. Justice. The cry for justice. Truth, balance. On a day like this, the world is anticipating a lot. Three of Wands. This particular emotion that has set the world off like a rocket. Everybody around the world is waiting and watching. This situation has grown and expanded out of its proportion. It has gotten out of hand, basically. It could have been managed and controlled, sincerely, honestly, but it has snowballed into itself and grew larger, and now it is out of control, and trying to reverse that with the Page of Swords by bringing information through which now is being questioned at every angle. Is it the truth? This is a prolonged energy of putting something out there and hoping it would have been successful. Unfortunately, here's your Tower. It came down. It burnt down. It is not believed. There is fire everywhere. It is a focus, a stage that the entire world is looking on as the audience, as spectators. And it is on fire, it's up in flames, it is burning down. For who? For this, for the one we speak of, Catherine, 9 of Pentacles, that right now is projected as isolated, has withdrawn from the world, is healing, needs time, needs privacy, to come back, to make a return. And all dates given have not been honoured. Thank you. We move on to Catherine. May we please know how Catherine feels energetically. If you can bring us a message, information on how her energy is expressing this 13th wedding anniversary. Seven of Wands. In reverse, the Sun. And the 5 of Swords. Oh, well, there's a lot here. Let's have a look. We have the 7 of Wands. Let's do that first. It's a challenging energy, a restrictive energy. So many walls have gone up, so many bars that imprison her energy, unable to freely express. So many different lines and rules and lanes to follow, to abide by. And the love that she feels, that she would have loved to express, is behind bars, in the literal and metaphysical sense. An inhibition, prevention, restriction. And I want you to look at this. There is a battle going on here between two people. There is a symbol of a skull of death. So this is showing you bare and naked how she feels. With the Sun in reverse, which is the grandest happiness that she could ever feel in her life, is now in reverse, in unhappiness, in sadness. A lack of life, vitality, strength, movement, everything, the opposite of the Sun. Day to night, darkness. The 5 of Swords. The fight, the battle. There's a man and a woman, William and Catherine in this instance, overshadowed by a rose. That particular rose is very significant in their lives in a literal sense. However deep or long or committed it is, but it has been influential. And all it needs is one little trigger to create a war. You only need one bullet to kill someone. And that sends off a war. So likewise, this is symbolic of showing you how that particular that perhaps started on an energy of innocence had created such a deep impact in their lives. Everything is not as it seems. So this particular energy was broken down for a long time. If you look, the cracks and the holes on him I do recall the words of his dad in an interview that I listened to, of him saying that his marriage with Dinah was irretrievably broken down. And those words come into mind right now, that he feels exactly the same. It was broken down. He could not go back to it. But how does that happen? How does that happen? There are many temptations and influences in our lives where we are not in light, where we are not composed of our true authenticity, of our divine stature and alignment. There are many things that will influence us and cause us to sway, to waver, and little things that become often little things then become larger things. So anything that starts out with one drop, one spot, one dot, has the potential to multiply itself and grow bigger and tip the scale, to overflow. So something got out of hand and has broken her and broken him. That she began to see a shadow of himself, of him. The Three of Swords, pain, great pain. It has caused incredible emotional bleed, wounding, almost irreparable. For a long time, these arrows had probed the heart, inflicted wounds, and bled and healed, but left a lot of scarring, an emptiness, a barrenness, so much pain that you can no longer hide behind it. I have always believed that your face, aesthetically, in a literal sense, reveals the true identity of your heart. The energy of your heart reflects on your face, because that is your external mirror. That is what people can really see. And I'm not talking about putting yourself up cosmetically to look beautiful and to project something false. I'm talking about looking at yourself in the natural, in the nude. Your face speaks a lot about who you are, what is inside of you, because no one can get into your heart, but they can look at your face, which is a clear expression of the transparency, the luminosity, the fluidity of your heart, what is real. A sigh, a wink, anything speaks volumes about what your heart is saying. It is a natural, automatic response that you cannot hide from. So if you look at this card closer, you will see the tears of blood that flow from these eyes. The star, trying to fulfill a wish, trying to heal from this, and praying for a healing. Sitting outside of this institution, no longer part of it, away from it, subtracted from it, no longer a part, now a departed part of it. The Fool card, a different beginning, having risen from the depths of all of this and grown in a different energy sphere, has risen above, replenished, revived, renewed, regenerated, a complete renaissance of the self in a brand new vibratory sanctuary of healing, a new beginning, an ascension. King of Pentacles. It is above all the earthly wealth, the material acquisition, that you reach a level of spiritual equation, accountability, affordability. So her consciousness has risen above this now. Is there any other messages before we close into our final question? Knight of Swords. The Six of Cups. All of this took place for a transition, very quickly, very swiftly. There was no time. There was no time. Time was up in no time, meaning very quickly, suddenly, unexpectedly. Shockingly, this transition, this change, and the Six of Cups, looking down from where she is, having left on the feather of light, of divinity, departing, now looking down on the world, the ones she loves, reflecting on old memories, on all of this, my children, my family, my life. From this broken state of energy came 3 beautiful children, and that is the blessing she lives on, she thrives on, that all is not in vain. All is not in vain. I served a purpose. I did it with my heart. My responsibility was accomplished. My faithfulness. There's no regret. Anything else? Three of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the world. It's a celebration of life for her 3 children. That's what she celebrates, her 3 children. From this came her 3 children, her legacy. And that means the world to her. That is her world. Thank you. What would William's energy like to close or conclude by saying to Catherine on this very important day? The star, healing, healing, an accomplishment and achievement of whatever they shared, and a grand healing for it all. What else? 4 of Pentacles. She was an important part of his stability and his life. She helped him with an identity. She helped him through the years to get to where he is. She was the light, the structure, the anchor, the bearer of his children. So his soul energy is identifying the reality, the truth. Anything else? What would a personal message for her be? 10 of Wands, it's a burden. He's carrying a deep burden now. Justice. This is a burden for justice. He knows that. He's aware of it. It's a very big price to pay. He's conscious of it. Four of Wands. A family. A family. He knows. He knows what it could have been. In reverse, we had the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. This is the rule, the regulation, the decisions at higher levels. Many things that we do not understand. Many things that have gone wrong, that have been done wrong. The Knight of Swords. With the haste of the Knight of Swords and Catherine's spread, it feels like everything now is slowing down into such a dark stillness, which is why he bears the 10 of Wands, this burden. Feels like everything is closing down within him and nothing seems to be making headway or forward progress. That everything that they've tried has gone in reverse. Trying to put information out there, message out there. It is all backfiring. And let us leave that there. And Catherine? What would Catherine like to say in closing on this special day? Nine of Cups. A completion of a life that she found happiness, created happiness, worked on happiness, to bring happiness, to fulfill wishes, to find contentment and to give contentment. She put her heart into it, to shine bright, to follow, to oblige, to obey, to be loyal, to be committed. But she was silenced in a lot of ways. The devil. Well, just as I said that, the devil, she was a target. She was the target, a target, at the time, the target. And of course, the Ten of Swords. Please do forgive my dog. The Ten of Swords. Nothing could change. Nothing could have prevented what they intended to achieve. With the Emperor in reverse. Everything went in the opposite direction. The target. She was singled out. And the Ten of Swords, the ultimate victory and accomplishment. The painful ending. The painful ending. Seven of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Let's have a look. And I will stop here. Seven of Cups. Overwhelming energy. Overwhelming. That in the end, there was so much of misty, hazy, confusion, uncertainty, indecisiveness, that very little seemed to be clear or to be trustworthy or fulfilling. It's like she says, I didn't know who to trust anymore and what I was feeling. What was genuine? Who was genuine? Three of Pentacles. Too many were trying to get into the circle, into the knowing, into the business, trying to find out, to seek what is happening, what is going on. Too many prying energies for self-fulfillment, death. That was the end, the death. And that is the energy of 13 today, my anniversary. Death. It is over. It is the final one. And here is the 5 of Cups, the mourning, the grief. Thank you, Mother, Father, Creator. Thank you for the energies of William and Catherine. Thank you for bringing us the information for today, for we have discerned that so much was so unclear from the start. So much of pain that was hidden. So much of influence that brought about hopelessness, influence, and sadness. For all of us that are listening, and I've always said, you do not need to like someone to be kind. You do not need to have been fulfilled by that person to be honest. How you respond to a situation is your karmic equation, and you yourself will be evaluated on that. When we do not understand the life plans of others, it is not our place to judge and criticize. It is, however, our place to help a situation heal for a higher and greater good. If we want change, we need to example that. We cannot expect the party, the energy outside of ourselves to bring it to us. We need to meet that energy at least half the way. And that is what compromise is about. That is what understanding is about. Learning, growing, teaching. So the universe is not saying, if you sit there and do nothing and expect me to wave a magic wand to make everything right, then you are not learning anything here. Because that is a far-reaching goal. And if I expect you to do all the work by yourself, then the very same applies. But if you work a little bit and I work a little bit, we are getting somewhere. We are making progress, and this is what it is about. So in essence, I am saying, for everything that has happened, that is happening, our work and involvement, if it is what we desire to change, is to help heal the situation for a higher and greater good through intention, by sending out pure, loving, healing thoughts and light to bring about the highest possible divine intervention, divine justice, and healing for the greater and higher situation, by allowing the divine to help us. And this you can apply in your personal life, in your own relationships, friendships, your marriage, even a failed marriage. Live in love, unite in light, may we in togetherness, for the greatest wellness and divine oneness, manifest a foreverness. I thank you, I love you, I bless you. Until next.